Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on NPD and relationships. Of course, y'all know how we do it, family. Before we get started, I want to absolutely say thank you all to our new family members and new subscribers. Of course, to my tribe and family at large, welcome back, y'all. Thank you all so much for coming back to see just what I have to say on the matter. And of course, y'all know on Thursday nights, we do our Thursday night live streams right here on the channel, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are live right here on the channel. Of course, y'all can see that the scenery is a little different. I'm not in the car right now. I'm actually sitting in my living room just relaxing with you know who. Okay, so she decided that she wanted to get in on this. Y'all know how she is, okay? So anyway, wanted to, of course, mention every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 1.2K plus. Y'all help me get this information circulated throughout the community. There are people that need to hear this. Pay it forward, family. Hit that like button for me. If you rocks with your girl, if you rocks with your girl, 1.2K plus is on the likes is what we want. All right. So hit that like button for me, please, family. So let's jump into the topic of this video. You know, the most frightening thing to a narcissist, the most frightening thing to them is actually really the devastation and the destruction of the relationship, you know, or the addictionship with the narcissist. You know, most of us that have relationships or, you know, we get into partnerships, we want to know that, you know, both people are coming to the table, you know, with a heart of sincerity, a heart of pure motives. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to do this video because I want to help you all understand that when you're dealing with a narcissist, when we're dealing with narcissists, we have to understand that the most frightening thing to them is basically being without supply. You understand what I'm saying? So if you think that you're going to be in a relationship with a narcissist alone, you have another thought coming. This is not how they operate. This is not their MO. It's not ever going to be a part of their operation. And it's simply because, you know, there is an insatiable need and insatiable desire in them to always have different supply. You know what I'm saying? And the craziest part about these hell-mented frogs is they want you to be pretty much just like the last supply. If the last supply was grade A supply, they want to change you into them, you know, and vice versa. You know, once you're gone, if they get someone else that they feel like can last a while, you know, can go the distance with them, they're going to want them to be just like you. I mean, it's a cycle of just confusion and a mess. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to understand that when you go into, you know, a relationship with a narcissist, listen, you're never going to be alone. We know that they specialize in triangles, but the reason that they have to do it is because they are codependent people. And they have a need for supply, and you will never be enough. I don't know how to drive this point home more than what I'm doing now, because I need you to understand, even if you have been apart from them 6 months, 7 months, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks, you know, 1 month, 2 months, it doesn't matter. You are going to always, when you go back, there is going to be somebody in the background. There is going to be someone there that you won't know about, because the narcissist feels frightened at the very thought of not having supply. This is why a lot of them went through such harsh times during the pandemic, because they couldn't get out to get supply. You know, therefore, you know, we saw a spike in domestic violence numbers, you know, during the pandemic and everything else. But these hell-mented frogs, I'm gonna tell you something, these Chinese crescents are never gonna be with you alone. This is not what they do. And this is how, and when you engage with a narcissist, you have to go with the understanding that you are not going to be alone with them. You understand what I'm saying? So when you think about it in this aspect, I hope that, you know, the reason I'm doing this video is I hope that it will help you come to the conclusion that, listen, if I'm not going to ever be alone with them, what's the point? And that's the truth. What is the point of being with them if you're never going to be alone? Because here's the thing. When you understand that that this person did not come with pure motives, when you understand that it's an insatiable appetite and a need for people that they have, and that codependency is going to completely drive how they behave with you, that right there in itself ought to be like, you know what, I'm good. I'm good. Because what they will do is they will get you back. You know, those of you that have been round and round with the narcissist, you will go back to the addiction ship. They'll tell you everything that you want to hear, everything that you felt like, oh, you know, I wanted to hear that. They'll give you this fake apology. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized that, you know, you are the one for me. I know that you are the one now, and I'm sorry about everything that happened. I've learned a lot since I've been away. They just did that because the people that they left you for, it wasn't good supply, family. It wasn't. They thought the grass was greener on the other side, but when they got over there and they flipped that grass over, they found out it was dirt on the other side of that grass too. They would have had a better situation if they would have just watered the grass over here. I told you that before. You see what I'm saying? But these Chinese cresses, they don't learn from their mistakes, and they don't learn from the fact that, okay, if I say that I'm going to be in a relationship, in a monogamous relationship, which is a whole lie with a narcissist, is never monogamy. You know what I'm saying? Then I have to do the things that I need to do to maintain, you know, the relationship. No. A narcissist is not going to do that. And there is nothing that you can do to change the way that they feel. Because when you're dealing with a person that is programmed, I mean, they are literally going off a robotic programming of a demonic entity. That's why everything they do, especially in the bedroom, is so mechanical. It's so robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you all before, you know, being intimate with a narcissist and, you know, having relations with them, that's just like, I mean, it's like making love to a freezer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so, you know, robotic and mechanical. This is all they know. They find things that work throughout, you know, from relationship to relationship, or I call them addiction ship to addiction ship. They find things that work. Okay. And whatever it is that worked on one person, they're going to come back and try it on you. This is what they do. And then they'll turn around and tell you that when they come back, they have the nerve to tell you that now they're frightened. They're frightened about not having supply, but they will tell you that you are one of the most insecure people ever, because they want to make you think that you have the problem. Okay. And they'll make you think that they're coming back because they're doing you a favor. You know, even though they gave you a half-hearted apology, but see, what they think in their mind is that they are doing you a favor because they left you with no closure. This is how sick and twisted they are. In their minds, they think they are doing you a favor because they left you with no closure. So they're coming back to do you a favor and give you some closure, but they never give you closure. All they do is give you a half-hearted apology or tell you how much you were responsible for what happened. Because, you know, they're not going to take accountability for anything, you know. So the fact that they fear so much, you know, that's so frightening to them, of having no supply to actually rely on, that right there is going to always keep you in a triangulation situation. They're going to always be forever cheating, you know, and that's why they get so upset with you, because they want to really cheat in peace, because they understand that they're not going to be able to stop. They understand that they have zero impulse control. And that's another thing. When you're dealing with somebody that has zero impulse control, what that literally means is that they lack self-control. Why? Because a demonic entity is in control. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why we don't look at them as having, you know, what we call a demonic oppression. We look at it as being, I mean, it's a full on, to me, a possession. Because anytime you can't control your impulses and the voice in your head is blaring louder than, you know, and some of them claim to be, oh, they love God, they love Jesus, you know, or whatever. But if that voice in your head is blaring louder than the Holy Spirit, then what that tells me, and what that should tell us, is that, listen, whatever that voice is that you're listening to, that's the spirit that you're of. Okay, and that's that demonic entity. They gonna sit up and tell you all day long, I wouldn't have ever had to leave if you hadn't have done this, or I can't have friends, and why can't I have friends? And but hold on, hold up, swole up. I said it, y'all. I need y'all to hit that like button, please. What is a best friend to a narcissist? If it's a woman and it's out, if you're involved with a male narcissist and he has another best friend other than you, listen, everybody in a narcissist's life, especially if it's a man and it's opposite and they are opposite sex, the best friend, this woman serves a purpose. And more than likely, I'm going to probably go on out to say 100% of the time, at least 99.999% of the time, he's sleeping with that woman, or he's had something to do with her sexually. You understand what I'm saying? This is what they do. Narcissists don't have people just hanging around for no reason. Oh, that's my friend. That's a my friend lie. I told you, they some lies on 2 feet. This is what they do. That woman the one that I was with tried to tell me that this woman that he was with, or this woman that was so-called his best friend, that had she got a whole husband and kids and everything else, that's his best friend. How you having a best friend that's a female that's married? You know what I'm saying? No. The text messages and everything later on came to prove that just what I thought, that this was somebody that he had been with before. But they want you to be accepting of these types of things that happen in the addictionship. They want you to be accepting of that, because that helps them to be able to cheat with these people, and you be not really so much as in agreement with it, but you will let them have a relationship in peace with this other person in peace, because they so-called told you about this person in their lives. And the devil is a lie. The narcissist is not going to change. That fear of having no supply drives every single thing that they do. They have an insatiable appetite for the flesh. Okay, the insatiable appetite for people. They're codependent. They can't create their own positive energy, so they need people to be able to do that. So in that, what you're going to always see is that you're never going to be the one and only in a narcissist's life. You need to understand that. So this is why I tell you all, once you figure out what you're dealing with, you got to move. You got to get up out of there. You got to shut it down. You got to, snatch that power grid and leave that Chinese crested just where they are in the midst of all of what they have going on. Because guess what? It's never going to get any better. They're never going to do anything different. This is how they get down. This is what they do. That fear of having no supply drives everything that they have going on, family. That's it. That's it and that's all. You're never going to get anything different out of them. So I want y'all, family, please hit that like button for me. I want y'all to please hit the like button. Hit that like button. Don't let the narcissist hold you accountable and basically shift the blame onto you as to why they have a lack of self-control, that they can have all of these different women, and then the female have all of these different men around them, and you're just supposed to be in agreement with that. No, the fear of being alone, the fear of having no supply will always put them on the hunt for new supply. And it's not really new, it's just new to you. That's why they always want to act like they're single. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. And if they do have a significant other or a spouse, they'll put it out there, but they're searching for a different type of supply. At that point, they're searching for a type of supply that's cool with being a glorified side piece. Whether it's a male narc or a female narc, they searching for a different type of supply, because they're not going to leave who they're with. They just want somebody else, and they're going to always have that. And sometimes, unfortunately, narcissist family, systems are incestuous. Some of them, sometimes it's family members. It's not necessarily a person outside the family. It's a family member. All right, family. So I wanted to put this out here. I wanted you all to really understand the fear of, the type of fear that the narcissist has, and how that typically drives the addictionship, or the entanglement that you get in with these birds. All right, family. So I will see you all. Make sure you do something nice for yourself. All right. And you take good care of yourselves and be safe out there. And I will see you all on the next video. And I will see you all healed at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.